What's up, guys? Luke
and Chris back again with another Week in Review podcast,
where we talk about the things that have interested us in the world of video games each and every week.
Now, before we get started, be sure to tap the like button and subscribe.
And hit that bell icon.
Absolutely. With that being said,
let's get right into it. Wake up call time, where we talk about a game that we feel is slept on and deserves to be recognized.
And this week's wake up call is, actually, you know what? You chose the wake up call. I'm gonna let you take the lead on this.
Hey, I will take the lead. It doesn't happen very often that I am the one that...
I'm the indie guy. What can I say?
Yeah, you're the indie guy, and you're the guy that plays a lot of games that maybe were a little bit slept on. Mm-hmm. But I also play VR.
Sometimes for good reason.
And VR as a whole is still a very niche platform. It's something that is growing exponentially every single year, but in comparison to flat gaming, it's not even close. So
flat gaming.
Yep.
I didn't know it was called that.
Well, us VR.
Us
VR players. We do. We have a
Drink
little
the water
word.
with a pinky at one
Yep.
point.
We have a little word for games like the games that you choose to play, and it's a flat game.
Okay.
It's not anything derogatory or.
Sounds derogatory.
Yeah. Well, it's a little passive aggressive, sure, but. It's kind of true.
You guys have a lot of ground to make up for how long we've been around.
Yes, this is very true. But I am a avid VR player. I use it for a lot of different reasons, but a main reason is for the kind of fitness aspect.
Look at your boy.
Been able to...
That's awesome. He's looking good.
Yeah, been able to thin out, kind of lose that double chin a little bit. Still got a long ways to go, but...
It's working.
And that's really super cool that we live in a day and an age where we can play a video game and lose weight at the same time. So, speaking of games that we can lose weight in...
Oh, man, you were sweating when you played this. Man.
Yes, and this game is called Stride. This is basically a Mirror's Edge VR game where you have the ability to run across rooftops. It's very light as far as gameplay modes and stuff goes. When you boot it up, it does tell you that it is in beta state. So, kind of like buying this game. Yeah.
It's in beta?
Yes, this game is in beta.
I played about 15 minutes this morning. That's all I could take before I got motion sick. So
yeah.
There you go. I genuinely thought this was a finished game, just a minimalist art style.
Nope, it is. It's definitely a fantastically fun game. It's a game that I played, like you saw me. I played this game for longer than I usually play.
It's a very polished beta.
Yeah, like I played this game for a long time. I was sweating, I was running, I was losing my breath, but I was having a super fun time, so I wasn't even thinking about it. But yeah, it's still in beta. It's still a game that is kind of like on its in its kind of development journey. So it's not a full game. Like, I will say that, like, the game has a couple different modes. We have 3 different modes you can choose from. It has a free play, a time trial, and arena mode. And basically, you run and jump and swing and shoot and punch people in the face and collect a ton of packages around this kind of metropolitan setting. And it's very, very Mirror's Edge, but in VR, which is just a super awesome feeling for me when you're actually pumping your arms.
It's
and
genuinely
then
like
jumping,
you're doing like monkey vaults, and because I used to do parkour like in high school, and obviously it's not as taxing.
Yeah.
But this is like I was right at home going
yeah.
Like monkey vaulting. Like, dude, imagine if there was something that hoisted you in the air so you could like lift your feet off the ground for this game.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it'd be so sick.
It would be so amazing. And, this is a great game, but it is also a game that, I don't see a whole lot of VR tubers talking about. It doesn't get a whole lot of,
two, and that was it.
Yeah, so It's definitely a slept-on game. I heard about it from my nephew about 1.5 years ago. He showed it to me. He said, "Oh, this game's coming out," and I was like, "Man, that looks really cool. I wonder if it works with a treadmill." And I just so happen to have a treadmill that we use here in the store.
It's awesome,
and it works with the freaking treadmill.
He was running.
So yeah, I was straight up.
Hype man.
I was straight up running.
Yeah.
So great game. Go and check it out. Developer, we wanted to give a little shout out to the developer. The developer is Joyway, and they've made a couple different games, including Against, Outlier, and Time Hacker. Yes.
Time Hacker.
None of these games I've played, but we did watch just a tiny little gameplay preview of each of them.
Against seems the most interesting to me.
Yeah,
it's like comic book based and rhythm.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, they all looked kind of interesting. It definitely looks like it's a developer that's exclusively VR. They haven't done anything else, or
at least under the name of Joyway, they haven't done anything else.
Right? Yeah,
you never know who's behind the curtain.
Yeah, exactly.
But they are experienced. Like they look like they are experienced. Like they understand how a first-person game should look. I actually discovered this game on the PS5 store, and I was like, dude, this looks so sick, and then it was like VR, and I was like, dang it. Mirror's Edge 3, where is it, dude? It's right here. It's like Half-Life Alyx 3, man. I'm just destined to watch people play it.
Yep, you're destined to watch others play. But hey, we've watched you play a ton of them, so
hey, that's true.
That is our wake-up call for this week. And moving on to newer news, we have a new House of the Dead remake, and
supposedly this might be 1 and 2, like maybe later through DLC. I saw a couple articles mentioning that.
You know, I don't know a ton about it. The trailer actually, I believe, dropped today, so I don't think anybody really knows a ton about it. We just have a release trailer with some gameplay footage that we are kind of actually gonna talk about here in just a second. If you guys don't know House of the Dead, well, man, get cultured. Like, I mean, this game is a arcade mainstay.
Absolutely.
If you haven't, in all seriousness though, like if you haven't, check this game out. You can pretty much get it on the 6th generation of consoles, right? So Dreamcast, PS2, Xbox. That was when it really.
However, to properly play them, you are going to need a CRT TV and a light gun.
That's a good point. So
they're not as accessible as you think. I think the best way to do it is get a emulator and get yourself there's a special new light gun that's available on PC. Just emulate this game on PC.
Yeah, you could emulate it, or
there's no emulation for Typing of the Dead, unfortunately, which is really fun.
Another thing that you could probably do is look up in your area. You might just have a local small arcade.
Yes, there's one of these at the movie theater.
Oh yeah,
at our local movie theater.
Yeah,
so check your theaters, your pizza places.
Yeah. You never know. There might be a cabinet. So if this is a game that kind of interests you, you can get a little preview of what this thing's going to be all about. Light gun shooters are really fun, but we did have kind of a question. Like as you're watching this, it does look like this game.
Suck at aiming.
Yeah, whoever's playing this game is like balls aiming, dude.
Unless of course they're using a joystick.
They're using a Joy-Con joystick, and that's the worst.
Yeah.
Like shooting games with Joy-Cons is like eating a freaking cactus, bro. It's just it's painful.
I mean, strafe shooters aren't that bad on the Switch, but
yeah,
like this type of shooter, I don't know,
dude. I just don't know if this is just early footage or what. But I feel like the Joy-Cons would work really well with gyro. Yeah. So like I feel like this game needs to have gyro. If it doesn't have gyro, I mean, maybe they don't have any business remaking it, because like using an analog stick with a light gun game,
because the DS Touch of the Dead were pretty fun. So maybe in handhold mode, at least give us a touch screen where you like tap them. It's not much, but it's an honest work.
That'd be awful. He hates
the DS.
Yeah, I hate the DS.
Yeah, you hate the DS.
But
he has no appreciation for touch gaming.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's some fun to be had on it, but I don't know. Anyways, moving on now. Yeah. So I feel like with any kind of light gun game, sucks playing it with a controller. Give us gyro controls, and I'll be happy because I mean, let's get excited about this.
Yeah,
it's a remake.
To be fair, this is a remake from the same guys who brought us the Front Mission remake.
Oh yeah,
and the Panzer Dragoon Saga, or just Panzer Dragoon? Panzer Dragoon remake, which I've played and is really fun. That's actually my first experience with Panzer Dragoon.
Ooh, yeah.
And that was a really good game. Kind of played like Star Fox. I know Panzer Dragoon fans are like, what did he say? But yeah, Star Fox. Come at me.
Can we just like I mean, I know we do this. We have this like love fest that's like taking place with our Switch, but like I just want to take a moment to just reminisce about all the wonderful games that are coming out on Nintendo Switch. Just like
feel them?
Oh,
they're raining down on us digitally through the process of post-editing.
I feel Saturn, Dreamcast.
Oh.
Woo! Sega,
maybe we
goodness,
don't do too much of this.
PlayStation, well, not PlayStation, but a lot of freaking great games.
A lot of great games.
Like getting remakes and coming on to a portable system that you can take anywhere.
A bi-portable system.
I'm gonna start crying. Let's move on. Moving on though.
It's okay. I still love you. And matter of fact, this may involve our next.
Yeah, that's actually kind of interesting that you brought that along. So speaking of our love of Nintendo Switch, we got one more piece of Nintendo Switch news to talk about, and it kind of involves
my little buddy here.
That little guy there.
My everyday carry on with me besides the Switch, of course.
Yeah, and why, you ask? Why would we be talking about Switch news and PS Vita news at the same time?
PlayStation and Nintendo haven't really gotten along since their fallout in the 90s.
Yeah, they're not really friends. Well, there's actually a really cool modding community that does things that selfish companies don't do, and they have made it possible to actually play, not emulate, but play the PlayStation Vita like games natively on the Nintendo Switch. Now, I will start by saying, don't get your hopes up. You will not be playing Uncharted Golden Abyss on your Nintendo Switch anytime soon. However, Modern Vintage Gamer did just release a video today, kind of breaking the news to me. I had no idea. I do have a modded Nintendo Switch that I like to use as my main console, and I have a lot of games loaded onto it, as well as emulators, games that I do own, by the way. And these games are just fun to be able to load up, so I have a modded Switch. But now we're able to play PlayStation Vita games on the Switch. At least there's a proof of concept that this can happen. Now, in the past, it's always been
using the triangle demo,
right,
and the cube demo. So it's showing that it can do things natively using Vita 2 HOS and the Chip 8 ROM.
Yes.
I took quick notes, so he knows more about it than I do. Yeah,
so I was actually like baking this morning while I was listening to it, but kind of the gist of the whole thing is the PS Vita is gonna be able to play on another platform, and like whenever you think about one system playing on another system, you think emulation.
Absolutely.
Like that's like the first thing you think. And what do you think when you think emulation?
I think, because I have a PSP on my PS Vita that plays PS1 games. So I'm wondering if I could have a PS Vita on my Switch that plays PSP that plays PS1, meaning I have PS1 on the Switch.
Yes! Well, actually, I can cut a few corners for you and tell you that there is a PS1 emulator on the Switch, and if you were playing PS1 on a PS Vita, like from a PS Vita operating on the Nintendo Switch, it would still be emulation.
Oh,
like
I know
the
that.
PS1 would be the emulation.
But I just want to be able to, like, if I'm playing like Silent Hill or like Ridge Racer or something, I could just pick it up and take it with me.
You can do that. I have actually photos on Facebook from like 3 years ago of me playing Legend of the Dragoon on my Switch with no issues.
And before the remake came out.
Like, this is like early Switch emulation days, yes.
Can you do that to my
Switch? No. Legend of the Dragoon. This thing has never been remade. It's like a legendary, no pun intended, RPG for the PlayStation. So.
Only cost a couple $100.
That's only. But it is 4 discs, so that's a long game.
It's a lot of discs.
I'll never finish it. But yeah, so like you think about emulation when you think about one platform playing on another platform. And when I think about emulation, I think bugs. I think like colors that are off. I think audio's jacked up.
Bugs.
I think of a experience that is maybe higher fidelity, but has a lot of issues and kind of takes away from the nostalgia that I had when I originally played it. Yeah. So I prefer to play games on their original hardware. So I don't really emulate on other pieces of hardware for that reason.
I like emulation, but I prefer emulation that is like at least trying to be the original, like my PS3 that plays PS2 in one game.
Yeah.
Although that's not emulation. I have the one with a PS2 inside of it, so that's actually not emulation, huh?
Say it again.
My PS3 that I bought from you.
Yeah.
That's actually not emulation.
Yeah. So there's one model of PS3 Fat that actually has a PS2 CPU on it.
And that's the one I have.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then my Super Nintendo Classic is emulation. However, it still has that nostalgic feeling, almost more so because they put so much love and care into like the menu and the UI, the layout.
Right.
And that's kind of the emulation I prefer. Yeah. I do have like Game Boy Color games on here.
Yeah.
But when I'm playing it, my brain is just like, this is a sin. I'm playing Game Boy Color on a Vita.
Yeah.
The button layout's nothing alike. Everything's stretched and weird.
Yeah.
I'd much prefer to play like a PSP emulator on a Vita because they're kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Well, if I had my Switch around, I think I lost it. But if I had my Switch around, we could probably put these two together. But like, look at this.
I got my Switch somewhere.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then think of the Switch, right? Like, it's almost a very similar layout. Like these guys are flipped, but like, you know, here, like the analog stick is up top, but like it still has a similar layout to what you have with the Switch. So it may transfer over pretty well.
The Vita walked so the Switch could run.
Yeah.
And then the Switch went full Vita when it became an OLED system.
I will say that the Vita is still to this day a little bit like technically better than the Switch. It has a touchscreen in the front and the back. It has cameras in the front and the back, and certain games utilize that really well. So I don't know how they're going to be able to pull that off.
The only thing that I think the Switch really beats the Vita on, besides game selection, of course, is I like HD Rumble. It's really nice.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really nice. And also, of course, we're comparing it to a Switch Lite because these don't...
they don't disconnect. I think with the Switch, you got to think PlayStation TV because it doesn't have a touchscreen in the back of it. It doesn't have cameras, so it will play pretty much anything a PlayStation TV.
Because in Uncharted, to look through a piece of paper, you actually have to hold your Vita up to a light source, and sometimes you have to you have to certain stuff. Same with Tearaway, you have to rip your finger through it and guide people.
Yeah.
So I wonder how they would get around that. The Switch does have a touchscreen though, so maybe in the moment you can just assign the touchscreen to be the back of the touchscreen.
Yeah.
And then the Switch has it doesn't have a camera.
No.
The Switch has no camera.
Mm-hmm. So you probably have to just kind of get creative with button layouts and stuff. I'm sure they can figure something out. But think PlayStation TV, not an actual Vita. So we can't fully replace the Vita, but it's gonna be kind of cool to be able to play games like Uncharted and Gravity Rush and
Ridge Racer.
Yep.
Sly Cooper, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank.
All the
Jet
PSP
Set Radio
stuff too.
Yep.
There's a lot of good games. Resistance. Freaking Killzone. There's a lot of good games. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. No one cares about that.
I like PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
I like it too.
It's really fun.
Nintendo Switch players don't care about that. They got smashed.
Yeah, they got smashed. They got the visually overstimulating, hard to play Smash Bros. One thing I will say about All Stars, quick tangent.
I like Battle Royale, but I know that Smash is a better game.
It's a better game, but for me, visually, All Stars is better. It does a way better job of tracking where your character is in the match, and I've never gotten lost playing All Stars ever.
Yeah, I like All Stars a lot. But
I like the characters in All Stars better too.
Yeah, I would definitely play it if it was running on the Switch. I'll say that for sure. Okay, so now moving on, we have Kirby. More Kirby news.
Yeah.
Seems like we get Kirby news almost every week now.
Maybe they're making up for the fact we've gotten nothing in the last couple of years.
I think so, and they are really pushing the Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. And we have a new trailer, and this is a sort of a refrigerator trailer showing off a little bit of the mimicking abilities as well.
It's a lift.
A lift. Well,
lift.
No, I mean, I think there was a kind of an emphasis on some of the other.
Oh, there it is, vending machine.
Yep, vending machine. It looks like it's showing a lot of the same stuff that we've seen before.
So fun, and it looks graphically really good.
Yeah. And I will say that I'm kind of waiting as far as like the demo goes, because there is a demo available if you guys want to check it out. Be my guest. I'm kind of waiting for the whole game to come out. But I did hear this, because Kirby games are usually really easy. This game has a hard mode on it, and it's going to be like a kind of on par with Mario Odyssey as far as difficulty. So it's not a incredibly easy game. Which is good for players like you that are like a complete glutton for punishment.
I am a masochist.
A complete and utter masochist.
I'm almost finished with Blasphemous.
Yeah, Blasphemous.
I beat Valfaris.
Valfaris and all these wake-up call games that we were actually talking off camera.
Yeah, I'm gonna make them easier.
We're like, those poor souls. Like, they hear about it from us, and then they're like, all gung-ho, gonna go get this game.
Oh, buddy, I can't wait to try this. Mom!
Yeah. And they freaking die 3,000 times.
Listen, I don't remember them being that hard, okay? I just think they're fun.
They're pretty damn hard. But yeah, it's good to see a Kirby game, 3D, and it's got a little difficulty. It doesn't have to be super hard.
And it might be the best looking game on the Switch that I've seen.
Oh god, it's
If the trailers are anything to be like, I'm not seeing as much of that digitizing. Like, Breath of the Wild is beautiful.
Yeah.
But the curves on it are like super blurry, and it's a Wii U game. Okay.
Yes.
But I don't know. The Kirby game just looks really clean.
It looks sharp.
I'd say it's on par with Luigi's Mansion 3, which was, I think, probably the best looking Switch game up to date without using a visual gimmick like cell shading.
Yeah, I would completely agree. And
these aren't Switch games.
Yeah, those are definitely not Switch games. We're gonna have to move on because this thing's getting way too long. But yeah, so we got a bunch of new games coming out for Gamepass in the next couple of days. Actually, most of them come out on March 10th, I believe. And a couple cool ones that like we kind of want to point out. First of all, you got Young Souls. We talked about Young Souls. It's getting a limited run release. It is actually currently available at limitedrungames.com if you want to play it on Game Pass. And then if you really like it, you can get a physical copy and order it. So that is fantastic, and maybe a little bit of strategy going on from the developers over there. I forgot the name of them, but those developers are... Yeah, we forgot. But it's okay. And we also have Guardians of the Galaxy.
I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy is really sick, and I saw a very fun GIF that they made on Twitter. I've watched Joe play a little bit of it. I mean, it's still a Square Enix game.
Yeah.
And anytime Square Enix's name is there in the corner, you can find me running the other direction. However, I'm surprised to see Flight Simulator on here.
Yeah.
That is a huge game.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
In amongst the flight community, which I've kind of like been dabbling with like plane games lately.
Yep. Now, I will say that...
Oh, look, it's not Final Fantasy. Oh, wait. No, that is Final Fantasy. I was going to say that character looks like a Final Fantasy. And I just read Lightning Returns.
Yep.
Okay, it's Final...
And I will, so as far as Job Simulator goes, this one's just coming to cloud. I'm pretty sure it's already on PC as well as the Series X/S. But it's not on Xbox One. Xbox One can't handle it.
It doesn't surprise me.
So I'm assuming the cloud is for mobile and for Xbox One. Yeah. So that's kind of cool. Xbox One players get to enjoy Flight Simulator.
We have the exact opposite. Also, we have Flight Simulator
and lawn mowing simulator.
It's like if you... Dude, what? Why is there... I mean, that's probably a very satisfying game, to be honest.
Yeah.
Those games are always super satisfying.
Now I didn't do much research on this, but I do like the art style of this FAR. This FAR kind of intrigues me a little bit. Kind of getting some Limbo, like Little Nightmares sort of vibe, maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm getting like a There Is No Light and Walkway Run, something like that.
Yeah.
It looks like this very like painting that you get at Walmart. It's got like that shimmer to it. That's not like a discredit at all. It just kind of reminds me of that art style that you see like shakily painted like villages.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like just like a hand painted sort of canvas.
Yeah, just not the same way like Hollow Knight is hand painted. It's like a totally... Oh wait, Hollow Knight's water paint, so there you go. So it's like hand painted. Yeah. But like that shaky style.
Yeah.
My fiance is the artist, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I just like the art style. So
it's
like
pretty.
That's not much to go off of. We probably need to check it out for ourselves, but it'll be on Game Pass. So we can check it out for ourselves. So
I'm gonna play it on Switch. It's on Switch.
Well, no, you play it on Game Pass first
to see if you want it.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna pay $15 and regret it, maybe. Okay. That's how I roll. Because if I enjoy the game on Game Pass, what am I gonna do when I leave? I can't take it with me.
Yeah, that's true.
So I thought.
That's a good point. Time for Limited Run News! This week, just like every other week, we have Limited Run News, and we got one game today to show you guys.
Bit of a Limited Run snooze.
It's a slight snooze, but
the game looks sick.
Is it really a snooze? Because
check this out.
Way Forward, right? Okay, Shantae Games.
13 AM games.
Yep, we do love our Way Forward games. And it's got this kind of comic booky look to it.
It's got an anime.
Got this like filter, but it almost has this like filter on it. Like it seems like.
This reminds me of Mutant Melee on the GameCube and Xbox, the TMNT fighter.
Yeah. This just looks like freaking cool. It's a kaiju brawling fighting game. We're not 100% sure, but from what it looks like a bit of a brawler fighter game. It's going to be coming out on PS4, PS5, and the Nintendo Switch, baby.
It's funny we have a video saying like why Nintendo sucks, and we're just over here like, oh, I love the Switch.
Yeah. Well, no. So in that video, I actually just like straight up said the Nintendo Switch was the best console.
Okay.
So like I hated on
even
Nintendo
back in the day we knew
where it was due. I also said that the Super Nintendo was my second favorite Nintendo console. So
this
like,
is why we know what. This is why we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
It's because we get it.
Yep. Exactly. And you know, so that video was super fun to make. And I will make more videos too about stuff like that as I find the time.
Ooh, this looks like interactive environment.
But we freaking love the Switch, man. This looks awesome. And this one is coming in a standard edition for all three platforms, by the way, including PS5, at $34.99.
Tell me a brand new PS5 game for $35.
Yeah, that is like, does that even happen? Like what?
I want to double check that and like make sure after this. Like I don't believe there's a brand new sealed PS5 game for $35. I have a PS5. I don't believe it.
Yeah, maybe I did.
Because we took the price for the Switch one for sure.
Yeah, but they're usually the same.
They're usually the same.
They're usually the same. And Pathless. Pathless wasn't full price.
Pathless was like $45?
Yeah.
So.
Sifu. Sifu was like $40.
Is the physical gonna be that too?
Physical is 50.
50.
But it's coming with a bunch of stuff, by the way.
So if that is wrong, I'm gonna guess it's probably around 50 or 45.
Yeah, I think it's $34.99.
Dude, I hope.
I don't think they've like upped the cost for
the box
people
art
to
for this
make
game.
it.
I want in my collection. It looks so cool.
Yeah, it looks really, really nice.
Check it out.
Super excited about it. $34.99 collector's edition is $124.99. But what does it
That's
come
a little bit more.
with?
Hello.
This thing comes with actually quite a few little things, and what does it include? It includes a physical copy of the game for Switch.
This one right here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Switch, PS4, and PS5. That's not there. A collector's edition box with art and legendary Yuji Kaida, whatever that is. Dawn of the Dinosaurs original soundtrack.
Yeah.
A commemorative metal coin.
These.
A 18 by 24 reversible poster.
That one.
Character ID cards.
I think it's these.
Yep, I think. Yeah,
Those
I think so.
ID
Yep,
cards.
those
They
are
have to
definitely ID cards. Battle backdrop.
Battle. Where's that at? Backdrop?
Battle backdrop.
Maybe that's what that is, or maybe that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of confusing.
I don't know what.
I'm really not sure.
I don't know what that is.
Anyways, moving on. It's
Moving on.
Gotta be there. 4 minifigures. So
There
they
they
look
are.
like little Funko Pops. That's kind of cool. There's
super
some
cool.
value there. And especially if you're into the game and you know those characters. A set of trading cards.
Yeah, those are the trading cards. So where's the backdrop?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, it says 4 unique, monstrous, playable characters. This is basically about the game. Fully destructible cities based in real-world locations. Perform brutal rage attacks, devastating cataclysm attacks, and merciless finishing executions. Fierce bosses and dozens of different enemy types. Customize your monsters with DNA augments.
Oh,
This game.
hell yeah!
This game looks really, really cool.
And
you guys,
it's an indie game. Well, is Way Forward still indie? I'd say they are.
they're like they're definitely a well-known.
They're like triple I. Is what we'll call it.
they're
Triple
like
I.
yeah. They're definitely a well-known developer at this point. They may, eventually cross into that like AAA kind of developer, but they don't really do like
They don't make a lot of
games.
They don't make a lot of games.
Yeah, they just
They
like
publish them, but
they do what they like. Oh, okay. They don't develop a lot.
yeah, no, I'm pretty sure this is published by Way Forward and created by that other team that was there and is not in our notes. But
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, we'll see. We can only do so much, guys. It was a busy day in the store.
It was super busy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So that is available now. Go and check it out. And that's going to do it for our limited run news.
Next up.
Dude, comment of the freaking week! It's the comment of the week! It's the comment of the week!
All right, this week's comment of the week comes from Official No Friendo. And Official No Friendo, guys, if you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, does a ton of content. He just picked up a PS5. Been doing a little bit of Elden Ring content, thank God, because we ain't.
Nah.
So if you want to hear about Elden Ring, go and check out his channel. Also, he does a ton of Switch content, obviously.
Yeah.
His name is Official
No Friendo.
which is a pretty epic name, by the way.
I like it.
I really, really like it. And he's a great guy, family man, YouTuber. I've talked about him multiple times. I've even collaborated with him.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll put a little thing up here where we did an unboxing.
Might be an I right there or over here.
It's gonna be right here. Yeah. So
Okay.
we'll put a.
He's the active YouTuber.
Yeah, we'll put a little card here for you to go and check out. The video that we did together is a collaboration video. We unboxed the Darksiders Genesis and had a bunch of fun. We did a little. It was right around the time that Kobe Bryant passed away, and we did a little homage to him. Kind of snuck it in there too, and it was a really good time. He's a great guy. He attends my store pretty semi-frequently, maybe quarterly. He'll come by and check out, or if we have something that we post online that he's interested in, he'll swing by and check it out and stuff. But he is a busy guy, so totally understand that. And his comment is, open world games for me are something of an investment, something I'm going to play for the next couple of years on top of my massive backlog.
I thought I was patient with my video games.
Yeah. I just don't like. That's the thing about games is for me is I can't let a game sit for a certain amount of time. If I'm playing a game and then like I get distracted by the shiny new one, or I just like maybe don't like I lose a little bit of interest in it and I move on. It's hard for me to go back to it. Yeah. And it is especially hard for me to go back to it after a few weeks have passed.
So, like, for me, like, obviously, you said he got a PS5. He's about to play Elden Ring.
Yeah.
He's probably justifying his purchase with this comment. Like everybody else. No, so Elden Ring is a fantastic video.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not to our taste, but, like, objectively speaking, it is an amazing game. And I would play it if it had a boss rush mode. Yeah. Like, if it properly leveled you up and let you choose a weapon, and then you could just get the boss. Because I know I could take out Dark Souls bosses.
Oh, for
and
sure.
Elden Ring bosses. I've beaten all the Dark Souls games. They were boring as shit.
Really?
So, dude, it's so slow, and I like hard games. Yeah. But I like dying and then going, whoa, okay, try again. Oh, okay, try again.
Yeah, no,
and
it's die and go back.
I don't have patience for die. Okay, let me go do way over there. Yeah. Do a really boring task. Yeah. Over and over, grind and level up. Character. Come back just to die again. To me, that's not interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I feel you there because I actually did play Dark Souls, the first one, and you're like, you start off and you're like in this
That's the worst one to play, honestly. The first one.
It wasn't a good experience.
I played Demon Souls over any. Well. So for me, just by setting alone, Bloodborne interests me the most because I love H.P. Lovecraft's work. I don't like the guy; he's a piece of garbage. Yeah. But then Sekiro is just those are really good games, and they're faster paced, and they're just as difficult. Yeah. Although they are focused on aggression, which I was told Elden Ring also focuses on aggression. However, it is still very slow, very grindy. Yeah. My favorite streamer. But my favorite streamer, David, he was forgiven. He was playing Elden Ring. He normally plays Castlevania. Yeah. I tuned out. Yeah. I was like, hey, David, love your stream. Gotta go. Yeah. It was like, you're going to put me to sleep with this Elden Ring content.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a really polished game, but I'm good. I'll pass on this one. I'll let you guys enjoy it. I'll let anyone that likes Elden Ring enjoy it. Play it for 1,000 hours. Grind your nuts off. Go ahead, go and do that.
I prefer getting lost in like a really complex 2D game, like trying to figure out where to go and what to do, like a Metroid game, as opposed to having to go level up my character and come back. I guess I kind of understand it because in Metroid you get somewhere and you're like, oh, I don't have what I need yet. Yeah. But I don't have to grind to get it. I have to explore. Yeah. I don't have to grind, do the same thing over and over.
Yeah, I don't like grindy games. They're just not fun to me.
And he doesn't even like the explore part of Metroid where you get lost and stuff. Yeah. So.
Yeah, so it definitely not down my wheelhouse, but
to each is their own. Comment of the week, hey, if you can justify buying Elden Ring on the PS5, do it any way you can. Yeah. If it has to be in our comment section, there you go. Yeah.
Hey, fight back. Tell us why. And guys, that's enough from us. Speaking of which, that's enough from us. Now we want to hear from you. What do you guys think about Elden Ring? Is it a fantastic game? Let us know. The new Kirby game coming out here in a couple of weeks, actually. Are you guys going to pick that up? Especially now that you heard that it has a hard mode. What do you think about that?
That makes me more interested in the game, actually.
Totally. PS Vita on the Nintendo Switch. And then the new House of the Dead game.
What remakes do you guys want to see on the Switch?
Yeah.
Hardware be, whatever. What games would you play if they were from the Vita to the Switch? Like,
ooh, yeah.
What would you guys do with the information that we gave you on this episode? And if the information we gave you in this episode was at all helpful or entertaining, be sure to drop us a like and subscribe.
With the bell.
With the bell on.
So
I'll never get used to that.
So you can catch us every time we post a new video. But with that being said, Luke
and Chris
signing out, and we'll see you in the next one. God bless.